I knew I liked you for some reason. Now I know why. Go Hawks. Hello once again, everybody. Don Stevens, Horseman Don, here with another edition of the Horseman Don Show. Well, this is an off-season edition of the Horseman Don Show as our Thoroughbred season wrapped up last Saturday, March the 10th. Now we look forward to a great quarter horse season here in 2018. That meet will start on April the 20th and run through July the 7th. 46 days of straight-line quarter horse racing action with runnings every Wednesday through Saturday night. Post times are at 6:15. Well, it's an interesting time of year because the quarter horses are coming into Delta Downs. They're trickling a little bit right now, and the thoroughbreds are getting set to leave and go to other racetracks. That means we have the track open in the morning for training, and both breeds are out on the track. It's kind of an interesting sight. I got here this morning to see some of that. I caught up with jockey agent Freddie Carrier, who has the book for John Hamilton, our leading rider, our five-time leading rider here at Delta Downs. And we talked about their relationship a little bit this morning. We also talked to Trish West. She's getting her horses ready to go to Evangeline Downs over in Opelousas, and I spoke with her about what it's like to get a bunch of horses out of one track and into another, transporting, adjustments, and all that. And we'll listen to her interview here in just a moment. That and a special interview coming up at the end of the show. Right now, let's get started with this off-season edition of the Horseman Don Show.
Well, John said he was ready to go. They put him in for the Derby trial and said he wanted to ride him. And the first race back, he went on him and got the fastest time for the Mardi Gras Derby.
Right, and that comes up this weekend, right?
This weekend, yes.
That'll be Saturday. Now, what's a purse in that, do you know?
I think it's right at 100,000.
Wow.
90,000, somewhere around there.
Be a nice start to the year,
be
huh?
great, be great. Yeah.
Now, that horse expected to run here this season at Delta, right?
Oh, yes, sir, for sure. I'm sure he's in all the derbies.
Yeah. Now, you and John seem to get along well, being his agent. How long have you all been together?
I think it's been right around 6 years, Don.
Really?
Right around 6 years, yes, sir.
Tell us about your working relationship a little bit. You just kind of meld together really well?
Yeah, I mean, every morning here on time, early, ready to go. Wherever I send him, no questions. He's going to do it. Yeah. He's going to do it.
How'd you guys get together?
I really just, I was around here working for my cousin, Dan Laverne. You know, I had him, you know,
great
for a long
rider.
time. Yeah, right. We done good. And one day, I guess I had an opening, and he said, "Hey, I want you to take my book." I said, "Dang right, I sure will." Yeah, sure it is.
And it's been a good team ever since, huh?
Yes, sir.
Now, we have any other riders this season?
Damian Martinez.
Okay, and he's another really good young rider.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
So you got them stacked, you just have to keep them healthy, right?
Right, exactly. That's the main thing.
All right.
That's the main thing.
Well, you have a good season,
And,
okay?
yeah, sir. Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye.
Good, how about you? Come on, Daryl.
Look, you can take a picture of me and John. Look, take a picture of me and John and put it on.
Devin, tell me how you got this week off.
Alligator came out.
Oh, where's he at?
Okay.
Tell me how you got the week off.
I'm not really sure.
So you get the week off and you're still at the racetrack?
Yeah.
Can't get away, can you?
No day off and you have a horse.
So when do you go back to work? A week from Monday?
Hello.
Next week.
Yes.
Next week? Oh, okay. Well, cool. Well, get yourself some relaxation. And why don't you get away from the track a little while, okay?
Can't help it.
I'm here too.
Don't go over your phone with me, though. Whoa, hold up a second. You adopted him? Let me tell you, let me shoot some light.
All right, Trish, you got how many horses to move?
14.
14. So tell me, what's it like moving horses from one track to the next? Big operation?
Fairly big, yes, because you have to have everything ready there, and we have to get everything from here to there, and then it's, you know, you take a few, you take all the things you need for them, put them in the stalls, and then you set up the stalls for the next shipload that you bring.
What about trucks and trailers? Do you line all those up, or are you just back and forth to the same ones?
I have my sister coming to help me.
Oh, that
So
helps. Okay.
We have 2 trips.
Your sister Paula?
Yes, my sister
Okay.
Paula.
How's her organization doing?
It's doing good. They started doing some horse shows, and I think they have already had their first horse homed out. So
Good. So they're getting
yeah,
rolling.
They're getting rolling.
All
yes.
right. Hey, one quick question. Horses that go from one track to the next, I mean, the stalls are different, the track's different, surroundings different. How do they adjust?
Some horses, it takes a few days to adjust. They might go off their feed, but then there's other horses that don't care. It's, you know,
They just roll with the flow.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the nicer ones.
Yeah. Now, what about getting horses to run over a mile track compared to a small track like this? Is it a big difference there, or some just take to it?
Some actually like this shorter stretch here at Delta better. So it's not really, it's just what they like,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, when you get a horse running for home there and it stretches so much longer, does a jockey have to stay after him more?
I think you just have to wait to make their move
Oh,
longer.
timing-wise, huh?
Timing-wise,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Well, good luck with the move and good luck at Evangeline this summer, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take a short break here on the HorseManDon Show. When we come back, we'll have a special interview with a jockey you may recognize who's had a great career and needs your thoughts and prayers at this time. We'd like to remind you that the quarter horse season here at Delta Downs comes your way April 20th to July the 7th. Live programs every Wednesday through Saturday night. Post times a little later than the Thoroughbreds at 6:15 p.m. Make plans to come out and watch the races down by the rail, in the OTB, or possibly in the Lookout Restaurant, which offers all of that great food all season long. This show is brought to you by the Chalkbuster. My good friend Mike Barker makes the Chalkbuster picks. He's an excellent handicapper. He's been extremely hot lately, hitting winners almost every day for simulcast tracks across the country. You can get his picks on Brisnet.com and TwinSpires.com for just $5 a day. Check out the Chalkbuster. It's all value, no chalk every day, and he'll put some money in your pocket, I guarantee. Well, I wanted to bring you a special interview that I recorded here at Delta Downs last December the 12th with jockey Kerwin Clark, who had another good season here at Delta Downs this year. He's had a very accomplished career, winning big races such as the Kentucky Oaks and many others. He's a resident of New Orleans, Louisiana, and the other day on Thursday, the 15th of March, he suffered a spill at Fairgrounds in a race, and he had some very serious injuries with a broken jaw that he had to have surgery for, some broken ribs and a punctured lung. So he's recovering from that right now. So we ask that your thoughts and prayers be with Kerwin Clark as he recovers from that injury sustained at Fairgrounds just the other day. Now, I did catch up with him this last December in a barn here at Delta Downs. We had a nice talk about his career and where racing has brought him, and I thought it'd be a good time to share that interview once again. Let's go to that and then wrap up the HorseManDon Show.
Look at you. Look at here. Really? 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 Huh? Wow, look at the ears. My Lord. You're not even happy about that, are you? Huh? I know.
Got a friend there, Kerwin?
Yeah. Come on, get you. Look at you. Come on. Look at those ears.
And what do you see doing after you're done riding? You going to train?
You know, I don't know. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I mean, I love the horses. I love being around them. I like being on them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet.
How long do you think you'll ride? Any idea?
I don't know. As long as I stay healthy, you know.
Yeah.
And knock on wood. So far, I'm staying healthy.
Yeah.
But you know, as long as the Lord lets me, I'll do what I do.
Now, you told me one time, what was your first ride? What was the year?
Oh, 1975.
Oh,
Yeah, at the Jefferson Downs. I rode a horse called Apollo Quill. Yeah, and that was my first time out the box.
do you ever think back then about what you didn't know, what you know now?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, of course, you know, when you're 16, you think you know everything
Right,
anyway. So,
right.
But yeah, I thought I pretty much had it down pat until until I got into the game, and then I realized I didn't know nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot of good lessons from a lot of good riders. And
Who was the rider you looked up to the most, like a mentor?
well, I mean, there's quite a few, you know, that fit into that category. But, you know, Mark Guidry, I mean, I grew up with him.
You guys are still buddies here today?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Still best of friends. He's like a brother.
Now, he's a steward. Is that something you could do?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah. I mean, that's absolutely something I think I could do. But yeah, you know, there was Mark Guidry and you know, Lane Swear and quite a few others, you know, that helped me along the way. But yeah, I wish I knew then what I know now.
Yeah. Life goes fast, doesn't it?
Boy, it does. It really, really does. And you know, when I get home, sometimes I get to flipping back through them old wind pictures, and you're like, holy jeez.
Yeah. Seemed like yesterday, but it was
yeah,
quite a while ago.
It was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But you know what? I've had a really good role. I've had a great career. I'm just, you know, right now I've been lucky. I'm riding some pretty nice horses, and so we'll just see where that takes me.
You've been blessed, haven't you?
I absolutely have been blessed. I mean, I have a great family, some grandkids, a good wife. I got a good support system. Yeah, I got a good support system, so that always helps.
I'll tell you what, everybody at Delta Downs is glad you're here.
Well, I'm glad to be here. I'm hoping I'm making everybody some money. I try hard, and I hope you know that.
Yeah. One quick note. Tell us about Champions Day, how it went the other day.
Champions Day went okay. I mean, it didn't go, you know, as I would have liked it to go on. I rode that little horse I ride for Ramirez, Southern Mister, in the starter handicap. I really thought that he could win, and he probably should have. You know, he's got a bad habit. He kind of wants to lay on horses if you let him get too close, and I couldn't quite hold him off, and I think that kind of cost us. But, you know, he ran hard, and it was his first time on soft turf, so I was proud of him anyway.
Boy, he ran big here a couple times, didn't he?
Oh, my Lord. The first time I rode him here this meet, I mean, he exploded down the backside. I actually thought that I was too far back, and when I wheeled him out and gave him a little smooch, I mean, he took off like a rocket.
Forget it, huh?
Oh, that was unbelievable.
That's got to be fun. That's a thrill as a jockey.
You know what? Yeah, especially on a bull ring when they run so fast around a turn like that. I mean, it's a rush that, you know, you just have to be there to feel that rush. No, you can't explain it, but it's unbelievable.
Well, great. Well, good luck the rest of the season.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Well, I sure hope you enjoyed this off-season edition of the HorseManDon Show. If you do, hit the like button below, leave a comment. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. We'd love to have you along for the ride all year long, and especially as we approach the upcoming quarter horse season, which begins on April the 20th. Well, I'm going to be taking a few weeks off from the racetrack, but I am making a couple of trips I'd like to make you aware of, including one to Fairgrounds for this year's Louisiana Derby. That'll come up next Saturday, March the 24th. My good friend and track announcer at Evangeline Downs, Michael Chamberlain, will be with me. We'll be trackside, we'll be in the paddock. Come up and say hello, so we'd like to meet you down at Fairgrounds for Louisiana Derby 2018. I'm also going to make a trip to Oklahoma later on this month before I come back to work at Delta Downs. Might check in at Remington Park and some other places. We'll try to do a video for that. So stick along with us here, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time on the HorseManDon Show. Have a great day.